Alright guys, welcome. What do we got? Welcome, hello, no name. So, hey Seal, Christopher, Fraser. Am I smarter than a 6 or 8er? Hello, John. Oh, they were flying in. Alright guys, thanks for joining. A lot quieter tonight, but I'm not sure if you know, at the moment there is reportedly a release of 50 hostages taking place on the south. Alright, maybe I spoke too soon. That's a bit of artillery. But it's been pretty quiet. There has not been, not like what we saw last night at the moment. But I imagine once the release of the 50 hostages, the 50 dual citizens happens, that's what's supposed to. Right now, I believe only 2 have been released, but there's supposed to be 50 dual citizens. Yes, Mike, it's been 2 so far. Well, Adam, I'm facing it towards Gaza. That is Gaza, 600 meters is the border. That's, when anything does happen, that's where it'll be. About an hour ago, the only thing that's sort of happened in the last hour is the position we're sitting in now for the view. It was... They fired a few rockets in this direction and everyone had to leave, so... But otherwise, pretty quiet. The other names of the independent journalists. So we have Battles and Beers, which this is his shtick. Human experiences in conflict zones. Did I get it right?
Yep.
There we go.
Good job.
He's a Yank, so he's not perfect, but he's all right. And then we have Willie OAM. Willie OAM, who's an Aussie veteran. He's a legend, actually. But the worst part of him is his American friends. Oh, there we go. We can... Yankee will just... Pin message. There we go. Did I do that? Yes. So we'll have a bit of a conversation if you want. Penny, say hi to Penny. Penny, was ist das Rebid? Watching from Tasmania. How you doing, guys? I don't even know what time it is there, but here it is right now, 11 p.m. Last night we made it till about 3 a.m. But things got really intense here at one point. Tonight it's looking nice and quiet. Am I looking at staying here long term? No, I got a wife and kids at home. I'm looking forward to coming home. Tel Aviv. Leo, stay safe, but it doesn't seem like any rockets are... I can give you the Tseva Adom, what's it called? The alert. The warning as they come out, because we see them coming from here to Tel Aviv. The time is 11. Mark, there's a little bit... We can hear some slight bombardment happening, but nothing major. Oh, there you go. Where was that?
That's artillery.
Artillery coming from that side, isn't it? From the right-hand side? 10 o'clock in Berlin. We're looking forward to you going home too. Not sure what that means, Moana, but thank you, I guess. What? That was impact? Alright, Penny, calm down. No making fun of my Hebrew. Shalom, Steve. Thank you, Jelena. Ziggy Zaga. Keep my head down. I'll try, you know me. IDF showing weakness. Do you mean by not entering? Well, I don't know. I don't have all the information of what's happening there, including the negotiations. Every hostage that they can save is important. Jesus is coming. Repent, love God and your neighbor. Okay. I love my neighbor. He's quite a good bloke, actually. Willie Owen. Yeah, he's filming just over there, Willie. He's right up there. Hold on, I'll flip it to him. So that's Willie, right over there. And there's the Yank, and behind him is the bomb shelter, which I just found out today is actually a bomb shelter. I didn't realise there was one here. 23 hours in Moscow. Killer bees. Will you feel on the other side? Will you feel on the other side? Not sure what you mean. Maybe typos. Careful. Yeah, we're being careful. Support for Israel from Alberta. Thank you. Why don't they flood the tunnels? I think they've got to find them all. There's a lot of them there, but not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think the wall definitely has something to do with the
Mamatsav Moon.
Last night it was absolutely hot.
Is it safe to use your light? We haven't got our light on. It's actually just a light behind us.
Tonight is much quieter.
Thank you, Fraser. And the BBC does not speak for Britain, I know that. But some of Britain has fallen. We've seen that in recent days, especially Londonistan. Are you still under the Iron Dome? No, I believe the Iron Dome's been switched off in this area just because they've evacuated most people. But from what these guys are reporting, the Iron Dome was active, so I don't know. Where's the comments? How high is the adrenaline rush this past week? Have you been able to sleep? At times it's been intense, and we haven't slept much, not really because of the adrenaline rush, but just because we've been out so late. So I only started doing the live feeds now because I thought I'm already sitting here, might as well, you might as well keep me company. But till now we've done this without anyone. Oh, well, I haven't. The other guys have been going live. Yeah, some of the West has certainly fallen. Hey, Fritz. What other languages do you speak? I speak English, let's call it broken English, broken Hebrew, a few words in Yiddish, and the important ones in Arabic. And I speak American.
Is there actually a wall? I've not seen it.
He's not playing, he's not bantering.
I've not observed a wall.
The UK supports Israel. Yeah, I think most of the UK does. But there is certainly a growing number of well, you just have to look at the protests that you guys have imported. I know, my American accent sucks. All right, relax. G'day, Kosovo. Where's the ABC reporter? The home of Greta, yeah, probably. What do you reckon that is?
That's a drone.
That's a drone. So you're hearing a drone there. The good thing about this Yank is he's experienced at this, both as a veteran and as a war correspondent. So he knows all the sounds, and I just run when he runs, to be honest. It sounds like a big drone. That's not like the other drones. It's low. It's not that Hamas drone that almost got us last time. That one was
That's too big.
too big to be. The Hamas one was little.
Maybe
Yeah.
the TI drone is gonna have like a higher.
G'day, Birmingham.
If she can hear it, we need a bridge.
Greta looks very much like she could be Elon's daughter. That's not very nice.
Yeah, that is a drone.
So we can talk about what's going on. We can banter a bit. We can make fun of the American a lot. But You're just keeping me company as we watch what unfolds as the hostages, the 50 hostages, I believe, are supposed to be released. Right now, there's been just 2. It's a bit hard for me to monitor what's going on with you guys on my phone. So you might actually hear something from outside this spot before me, but we'll know that's all done when bombardment starts, and it's anyone's guess as to when the incursion's gonna begin. Khalid, you have no idea what you're talking about. Happy to discuss it with you. But I dare say you seem like someone who might be a bit scared of an actual honest conversation. If not, send me an email and maybe we'll have you on the podcast and we can discuss everything you think you know about me and Israel and me and Israel. Yes, I hear you, Jeff. You're a criminal jailed and when returned to Aussie. Okay, Brian, mate. Settle down. All right, you get to say Nakba once. If you say it too many times and you fill up the feed, you're going to be kicked out of here. There are moderators. I'm not supposed to say that because you'll run away. Thank you, Cracker. Is that Cracker? Who am I calling Cracker? Bring them home now. Yes, I think before we talk about any ceasefire, you cannot expect Israel to get into negotiations about a ceasefire when you after what you did, but even put that to the side, you still have the terrorists are holding in there at least 210. I think now it's at least 208 because they just released 2 hostages, mostly civilians, men, women, children, babies. Some of those children have seen their parents being butchered in front of their eyes and taken hostage now for 17 days. Imagine that was your family. There is no way anyone can talk with terrorists. You don't negotiate with terrorists, and it's certainly not while they have hostages. So for all the trolls here, imagine for a second, put aside your twisted ideology. Imagine it was your family. Imagine somebody came into your house, butchered your family, took your kids, raped your women, and the government just didn't do anything. I don't think you'd be very happy, but I guess ideology confuses people. Your moral compass gets lost. I will, Pat. That's the plan. I'll get home safe. Thanks. Collingwood won the grand final. You may have been here for that. I saw that. Another calamity. The truth is, my kids go for Collingwood, and me being who I am in the grand final, I don't really have a team, but in the grand final, I had to go for the other team because I had to create controversy in the grand final. And I was going with all my heart and soul for Brizzy. Pretty sure it was Brisbane playing. And my son was very happy. Willie is beside me. Say no to the voice and no to Hamas. You'll notice the people that were pro the voice are often the same people that are pro Hamas. I'm not saying there's any correlation, but they might be terrorists. What was more disturbing, the COVID treatment at the moment or your current situation? I don't know what you mean. What am I comparing? How's your heart doing after the scare you had? My heart's pretty good. My heart's pretty good, thanks. Teshuva. What teshuva do I need to do? I'm solid. We are all with you. You are. Not everyone's with me, but that's okay. Not everyone has to be with me. I have been copping a fair bit of hate at the moment, but do you know what? This is not a popularity contest. I stand for what is right, and this is a fight between good and evil, and it doesn't matter how many people support me. Yankees, that link on. Maybe repost it and I'll pin it to the top. Alright. Janine's bot, it's pinned. Oh, okay. I can't see it on my pin thing, so maybe I'm just not seeing it.
That's the entire community.
Love you too, Sunrunner. Did you go to international press conference held by the IDF today? No, I didn't go to it because everyone was there. I did get an invite to it, but I chose to be out here. There's no mainstream media here watching what's happening. They haven't been here any of the nights. They come here for a photo op during the day. They do their live crosses during the day when nothing's really happening, but we're here. Shalom, Rick. The north of Israel is also heating up, yes. Thank you, Fanhurst. Trumpington Fanhurst. Buddy Boy, why are you here? I don't know. Who's Buddy Boy? There's no military right here, but there's plenty of military around here. And I'm with an ex-Marine. There's nothing to worry about. He's my human shield. He laughs.
I would compare the feeling of Israeli people.
All I care about is the innocent children caught up in the conflict. Also, are people not forgetting what Israeli government did to their people during the COVID years? Okay, so two things to unpack there, Peter. One, I'll never forget what the Israeli government did to their people during the COVID conflict, the COVID years. That does not give Hamas the right to then come in and inflict atrocities again against the same people that the government screwed during COVID. So I don't understand if that's what the logic is there. And yes, the children do matter, but at the end of the day, a government's role is to protect its people. In this case, terrorists breached from there into here, literally from here back, went door to door, these houses here. They went through these houses right here, door to door. There's no one in there now. They've all been evacuated because they can't live here. It's the war zone at the moment. But they went door to door looking for Jews to butcher, to maim, to behead, to burn, to rape, to kidnap. What do you think about the US getting involved, Avi? Look, I don't think Israel needs anyone to put boots on the ground, but I'm not going to get involved in people's in countries' foreign thing. Like I personally don't think Australia should get involved. I think any decent country. I'm Australian, so I'll speak for Australians. I don't know about America. American foreign policy is very different, and their role within the world is very different than Australia. I think it's important for governments to take a moral stand against terrorism, especially for your allies, because the point of having allies is so that they rely on you in a time like this and that you can rely on them in your hard times. Certainly this conflict has shown people's true colours. A lot of people that I followed during the COVID times, I get to sound, I'm sure people say that about me, but hey, I've always been proud of my history, who I am, my background, my ethnicity, my people, my second country. So it's never been a secret who I am. But I don't, at the same time, I don't think Australia should get involved in the war per se, no. But America is a very different game. I think their foreign policy is built around getting involved in wars. But and you've got to remember, Israel's a very close ally to America, and America gets what they need out of Israel as well. So, but there's a Yank here. We can ask him. Oi,
What's up?
someone's asking me if America should get involved. I don't really have an opinion. It's not my place to say America's. You're an ex-Marine. What's your take on that?
Personally, I think we've spent enough time in the Middle East.
That's it. So no more wars for America.
But we're also a close friend of Israel, and we do have a history of just kind of abandoning allies.
You know, yes.
So, I don't know, it's a tough call.
What do you think Trump would do in this situation?
I don't know.
I reckon
he'd probably
Iran
handle
would
it.
be history.
He'd probably handle it a lot better than
Oh, a lot better. Firstly, he would be awake.
He's he's a lot better at de-escalation and just talking.
As an American, what do we get out of Israel? Someone's asking. Coming closer so they can hear.
One of the closest allies, I think, in the Middle East.
Can you hear him?
They're probably the only one that we can actually depend on.
Can you guys hear him?
I'm not a foreign analyst, politics analyst or anything like that, but just from my perspective, looking in as like a layman, moderately uneducated on the subject. Done some training with IDF troops. They're all good guys. I don't know. I think that's something that the American people as a whole would have to decide instead of Sleepy Joe all by himself.
You reckon Joe doesn't have it handled?
No.
But he's got a female person of color as his 2IC.
That's good.
You
Is she
cannot.
qualified?
100%. She's a female person of color who identifies as a man.
I'd rather have someone qualified.
Wow. The Yanks, they don't know their priorities. It's really, really quiet tonight. So we're watching literally nothing happening. Avi, the atrocities have been from both sides of this. Surely you are not ignorant to Israel's bombing of innocent women and children being an evil act as well. So let's break that down a second. I would like you to tell me what Israel can do. This is what Israel has done in response to thousands of terrorists and then also civilians. Don't forget, civilians broke through the barriers once it was open. They came through and they looted and they butchered and they also raped Israeli civilians. But once the terrorists came in by the thousands and kidnapped, so after all the butchering 1,400 people, or closer to 1,500 I think now, 1,500 people, kidnapped another 212, and there's still 200 missing, so we don't know if they're kidnapped or they're dead as well. Did all of that. And so what would you say Israel's proportional response should be? Because I don't think Israeli soldiers want to go in there and commit the same atrocities that they did. So what would you want Israel to do? And pretend for a second you're an Israeli with somebody. Every single person in this country either knows somebody or was directly affected by that. So yeah, the Gazans no Gazans have condemned the acts of Hamas. In fact, all the people that have rallied over the last 2 weeks around the world, they only speak up once Israel responded. So for those of you that are condemning what Israel's doing now has told Palestinian civilians to evacuate certain parts of the Gaza Strip, also sends warning leaflets, also sends warning shots, and then bombs places. So you tell me, Israel tries its best, even if it's just for PR. It tries its best to minimize civilian deaths. They want to get rid of Hamas. They don't need to get rid of civilians. They don't want to get rid of civilians. So Israel does everything it can to protect civilian lives, and terrorists go directly for civilians. Hamas uses the civilians in that. In fact, when Israel tells them to evacuate, they tell their civilians not to. They blow up the road. They try to blame that on Israel too. So I don't understand. Just tell me, give me a way, put your Jew hatred aside for a second. Pretend they're not Jews. Pretend it's Australia or wherever else you live. What would you want the government to do? Yes, there's many videos of Gazans handing out treats and dancing and celebrating the attacks. Yeah, YouTube probably gagging too. Yeah, probably. But if it does get banned, remember the URL, thetruthaboutthewar.com. So we're getting a bit of artillery now starting. But there hasn't been any airstrikes for a good few hours, is that right? Yes, I'll read that one. That's a good point. 1.9 billion Muslims can't stand that 6.8 million Jews. I've lost the comment. And look, it's not true actually, because there are a growing amount of Muslims that see it for what it is, especially after Trump's Abraham Accords. You look at the UAE; they've been massive supporters of Israel through this hard time. The point is, anyone that actually wants to make genuine peace with Israel manages to do so, and they enjoy the benefits of that peace. Palestinians, Palestinian civilians are the biggest victims of their own governance. In Gaza, it is Hamas. In the West Bank, it is the lesser of the two evils, but still evil, Fatah, the Palestinian Authority. Why did Bibi let this happen? Look, I've heard a lot of that. I don't know if he necessarily let it happen. Definitely dropped the ball, and most of the country blames him. I've heard all the conspiracy theories. None of them actually make any sense, because at this point, Bibi hasn't earned anything from it. He has to come out winning this like there's no tomorrow, which I don't know how that's going to look. So yeah, it was a massive intelligence failure. I've read some great analysis about how it practically happened, but that doesn't explain the intelligence failure. I think it's a nation that just got complacent, really. That was the first of all. You know, I served exactly on this border. Kfar Aza, one of the most hit kibbutzim, where all the soldiers were butchered and all the civilians were butchered, many kidnapped, raped, burnt alive. That was where I served, and I could never see this happening. The artillery is picking up.
Yeah.
Benji, let me check I just want to check some news, just see if the exchange has happened. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Let's look here. Let's bring this up so we can see, so we can update the people watching along with us.
Who's that off to the right?
Where?
Corner of the building.
Is there someone there? Yeah. There's people there. There are some people, we believe. So they found terrorists around here recently. I'm just going to face the camera there, because I think so they found terrorists in there 16 days after the attack yesterday, hiding in the bushes. We're hearing sounds coming from around there somewhere. Do you see anything?
I think it's soldiers.
Soldiers, all right. We hope it's soldiers. Get your weapon ready. I don't have a weapon. I have an American as a human shield. What's that flashing there? Oh, there are soldiers there because there's cops there. There's the lights there, yeah. It's all good, guys. You can see behind the building, there's lights. So it'll be cops or border police or something. We'll have a chat to them when they get here. Avi, get a weapon, mate. No, look, I could get one if I was staying here for much longer because I have served here. But, do you have any night vision? No, we don't have night vision. Tell us about the West Bank. The West Bank is heating up at the moment as well. Benji, can you open that?
Big boom just now.
We'll see. Will you be interviewing? What's the buzzing noise? The buzzing noise is drones. Yeah, there's aircraft as well. I'm reading your book, watching your live stream. You're reading my book and watching my live stream at the same time. You're not concentrating very well, are you?
No, cops.
Sorry, driving. No, don't crash. Yes, there is certainly going to be a massive investigation, but I think the priority at the moment is securing the border, returning the hostages, and ensuring that Hamas doesn't have the capability to do it again. Avi, I'm Yaakov. Yaakov, send me an email, avi@rebelnews.com. I'm meant to be in London pretty soon, so we'll see what happens. But I actually have a book launch there next week, so send me a message.
Yeah, it is pretty quiet. Last night was pretty. The IDF bombed Gaza.
Here's Willie.
Yo!
People are asking about you, Willie.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Oh fuck, this is that chat thing.
There we go.
Fuck, I wish I could fix that for you. Who's the guy speaking in the background? His name's Bobby. It's from Australia. He's famous for having the smallest mic repeat. What's going on?
I reckon if it doesn't pick up in the next hour,
I've said midnight to my
Midnight,
stream.
yeah,
Once
perfect.
midnight, we'll cut it.
yeah, because we've got a big day.
Yeah.
I want to get up early and that. I don't want to wake up like we did today.
Midnight.
So guys, if it doesn't pick up in the next half an hour, we're going to be out, and I'll keep you posted at thetruthaboutthewar.com. There's about half an hour. We're hearing a bit of artillery picking up now, but still pretty minor compared to yesterday. My thoughts about the New York Times stating "Be human, stand for Israel." It'll be like crazy, like grandma. COVID messaging. Look, I'm not going to get. I'm not really looking at people's messages. It's been interesting to see who's supported and who's gone against Israel in this time. Some good people have gone and supported Israel. Some people they didn't think would, but it is what it is. A broken clock can be right twice a day. So even the New York Times could be right. But yeah, look, I'm not into all those virtue signaling. But although you got to remember, like, supporting Israel is not popular. And just look online if you have any doubt. Supporting Israel is the most unpopular thing to do. So I'll take whatever support that I think Israelis are happy to take any support that they can get, even from something as crap as the New York Times. Although I'm not sure it helps. I think it might turn people more away, so maybe not. Can non-Jews join the IDF? There are non-Jews in the IDF. My officer in the army was an Arab. Imagine that. The apartheid state. My officer was an Arab. He was a Christian, and right now he's on the front line in there somewhere. I've spoken to him, but I haven't spoken to him for a few days. I hope he's okay. He was an absolute legend. I've been in contact with him for years. So non-Jews can join. But yeah, I don't know if they can just volunteer as such. Having said that, they got about 150% response to reservist call-ups, meaning too many people came. Too many people wanted to defend Israel. Would you join back in the reserves if I was asked to? To be honest, probably a better idea I didn't, because I haven't been in the army for 18 years. I haven't done my reserves every year like these guys. I have a serious question. Were Jews first on that land? Well, they were certainly here before the Muslims, because Jews were here according to even if you look at the Old Testament as a history book and you don't believe anything, and all the three Abrahamic faiths that are here, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, believe in the Old Testament and believe that... So if you believe that, it means Jews were here before Muslims, because Islam didn't exist. That was a bit of a... What was that? Artillery as well?
Explosion.
What was it?
An explosion.
Yeah, what was the explosion?
I have no idea.
The American has no idea. It's the first time he's... מה קורה? ברוך השם. So there's a couple locals here.
מה זה, לחדשות או לייבים?
לא, עכשיו זה לייב. חדשות זה... עכשיו סתם. מה זה?
תן לי, אפשר לשים אותו שנייה?
כן, בסדר.
הנה, לידך.
So there's a local kid here who's 18. I met him today.
ככה רגיל?
כן.
יש פה את השתיים האלה.
His
איזה כבדה היא
his sister was killed in the attack. And he's showing me pictures of the terrorists about 20 meters from his house as he hid. And his whole family has been evacuated, but he's refused to leave. So there's been a few people that refused to leave.
After the burst.
תודה.
Yeah, it's pretty sad stuff. So get shalom. That's him.
לא יודע, תגיד למה אני לא יודע.
He doesn't speak English. He's just a kid. And yeah, he showed... בוא שנייה, תראה לי את התמונה הזה. אני רוצה לראות להם. את התמונה של המחבל על הבית. I'll show you guys now the...
אל תגיד שזה ממני, שלך, תגיד תמונה שלך.
למה, הם לא יודעים מי אתה.
כמה צופים יש לך?
כמה יש לי בכל הזה? 2 מיליון.
יש לך 2 עוקבים? 2 מיליון עוקבים?
That's the photo he took from... so that's the terrorists. That's how far they were from him.
2 מיליון עוקבים?
כן, בכל הזה. אבל... אני עובד... לא, זה עכשיו סתם. זה סתם ביוטיוב.
700 צופים?
פה?
כן. מה זה, פייסבוק?
לא, זה יוטיוב. אז זה סתם, זה בשביל סתם.
אינסטגרם כמה יש לך?
180. טוויטר יש... טוויטר...
אתה מיליונר אז, מה זה?
מיליונר.
מה האינסטגרם שלך?
היי, מה קרה?
סימה.
יש לך אנגלית?
יש לי אנגלית, יש לי ערבית, יש לי הכל בטלפון.
אתה מדבר ערבית?
קצת. אתה מחזיר לי עוקב, אתה גבר?
כן.
כן?
כן.
הנה, שוב.
שלח לי הודעה, אני אביא לך, זה רק בפלאפון שלי.
יש לו 160,000 עוקבים. מה לעשות?
שלח לי הודעה.
מה אני שולח? בעברית.
שלום, תגיד שלום, תזכיר לי לזה.
שלום, זה הילד מהגבעה.
Dear wife, if you are watching this, the kid just followed me and he's written to me in Hebrew on Instagram. If you're watching this, follow him back. אמרתי לאישה שלי לעשות את זה אם היא מסתכלת עכשיו. אז בוא נראה אם היא עושה.
אבל אל תוריד אחרי זה.
לא, אתה חושב שאכפת לי?
אני אסתכל כמה עוקבים. אני עוקב אחרי 300, יש לי 150 עוקבים.
אל תדאג, אני לא...
יש לך ילדים?
יש לי ילדים. 4 ילדים.
4? איך קוראים להם?
יש לי פאריס, זהבה, קרוז וביבי.
ביבי? כן, ביבי נתניהו.
אתה אוהב ביבי נתניהו?
כן.
ביבי נתניהו.
ביבי.
אתה אוהב את ביבי?
אהבתי אותו, בכובד לא כל כך אהבתי אותו, כי השטויות שהוא עושה.
You don't like him after the COVID events? Is that what you said?
What?
You just said you stopped liking Bibi after
I didn't
COVID.
like him in COVID, yes. I think Bibi was...
אני ממש לא אוהב את ביבי.
אתה לא אוהב?
בכלל לא.
בכל דבר?
בכל דבר. לא,
למה?
לא בכל דבר. יש דברים...
So we're talking about the Prime Minister here, we've got another guy here, so he doesn't like Bibi, why?
אני אגיד לך מה אני חושב. אני חושב על ביבי,
Yeah.
שמבחינת הסכמי שלום הוא עשה דברים טובים. מבחינת להילחם בטרור, אפס.
So he...
לא צריך את כל הטבח הזה בשביל להעיז לעשות משהו בעזה.
So he's...
איפה היא לא שלחה?
בן כמה... לא, אולי לא, אמרתי לה אם היא רואה את זה עכשיו, אם היא מסתכלת.
תגיד להם שיעקבו אחריי, מה יקרה?
אני אעקוב.
אתה עוקב אחריי?
אחרי שזה מסיים. So he says the second guy, בן כמה אתה?
23.
So a 23-year-old here says he doesn't like Bibi. He likes the peace deals he made in the Abraham Accords through Trump, but he doesn't like how he failed to deal with the terrorists. And I'm assuming I guess that's why he's blaming Bibi for this. They asked me what I think of Bibi. I said I used to like Bibi, but until COVID, and Bibi's reaction in COVID
סלام עליכום.
was less than average. It was disgusting.
שו אחבר.
But right now, it's beyond Bibi. It's beyond it. Right now, it's about
מה שלומך?
protecting the people of Israel and
Good. You?
making sure this doesn't happen again and releasing the hostages.
מה זה שו אחבר?
Shu Akhbar. Shu is what? Akhbar?
מה שלומך?
מה שלומך?
סלام
שו.
עליכום.
Salam alaikum is shalom alaikum. Same thing. Walaikum assalam.
אלחמדולillah, אללה.
Thank God.
רחמן ורחים.
Mashallah.
משאללה.
אינשאללה, זה בטורקית.
Inshallah.
משאללה. טוב, נדע ערבי. אורי שם.
So, yeah, כמה אנשים נשארו פה, כאילו, מהקבוצה שלכם?
אני, הוא, ואתם.
Okay, so I asked them how many of their group stayed back.
אתה יודע, כולנו, גם אלה שבחול, שלא מאמינים באלוהים,
Yeah.
כולנו, אבל כולנו, גם אלה, לא יודע, הסינים פה, לא יודע, מי שכאילו פה, כולנו אחים, תדע לך. כולנו בנו מאדם וחווה. נכון או לא? כולנו, אני אח שלך, אתה אח שלי, הוא אח שלי, כולנו מאותו בן אדם. אדם וחווה, חתנו, הביאו ילדים, הילדים שלהם הביאו עוד ילדים. ואז אתה הגעת, ואני הגעתי, והוא הגיע, כולם אחים.
So them two, they stayed here alone.
מה לא?
And then he went into a rant about how everybody's actually brothers. Look, I think he's right in what he's saying, but there's a lot of pain there at the moment. הקדוש ברוך הוא, אנחנו אוהבים אותך. הקדוש ברוך הוא, אנחנו אוהבים אותך. הקדוש ברוך הוא, אנחנו אוהבים אותך. הקדוש
ברוך הוא.
There's no bombs, so we're gonna sing for you.
בוא נעשה להם לך דודי, בוא נעשה.
לך דודי תימנית?
כן.
אתה תימני?
לא.
מה אתה, עיראקי?
מרוקאי, עיראקי, טריפוליטאי.
לך דודי לקראת קלו, פני שבות נגבילו.
תימני?
חצי.
וחצי שני.
אוסטרלי.
אני אגיד את זה ככה אנגלית.
זה אנגלית.
בר יוי שמן משחת קודש,
One guy there is speaking Arabic. Yeah, he's a Yemenite. He's a little. He's the kid that I'm talking about. They killed his sister. He's a Yemenite. So from me, like me, yes, Yemen prayers. So we're doing the Yemen prayers. He knows them proper. I'm just I'm trying to fit in. All right, Mike, settle down. Teach us some Hebrew. הם רוצים ללמוד עברית. מה נלמד אותם?
תגיד להם שהם ילמדו אותי אנגלית, אני אלמד אותם עברית.
תגיד להם good morning.
אוי השם שמס
גלילי
ולא
גחווה?
עשי.
מה זה גלילי גחווה?
מה זה?
בתימנית?
לא, אין לי מושג. אני יודע
לי קפה.
ג'יני בזק. אתה יודע מה זה ג'יני בזק? לא אמרת את זה פעם לסבתא? ג'יני בזק, מה זה ג'ין?
ג'ין זה יפה, לא?
ג'ין זה...
גלילי גחווה?
ג'ין. אתה לא יודע בערבית מה זה ג'ין?
ג'ין זה כאילו דבר יפה.
ג'יני. לא, ג'ין זה... איך אומרים? Oh, I've forgotten how you say it in Hebrew. Jinn is... How do you say... Anyone in the chat know how to say demon in Hebrew?
שייטן.
בתימנית גלילי גחווה?
Shed.
שייטן.
כמו shed. Yeah, shed I think it is. shed, שהשד ייקח אותך. בתימן זה הכי גרוע מה שאתה יכול להגיד לתימני. אם אתה אומר את זה לסבתא, היא הייתה נותנת לי סתירה.
מה, איך אומרים?
ג'יני בזק, שהשד ייקח אותך.
בגלילי גחווה?
זה כאילו הכי גרוע.
תלמד, עכשיו תלמד עוד משהו.
חוץ מזה, אולי אם אתה לוקח להם את החמור, אולי זה יותר גרוע.
גלילי גחווה זה תעשה לי קפה, או אם סבתא שלך אומרת לך תעשה לה קפה.
איך אומרים?
גלילי גחווה.
Galili Gahwa. Well, any more Arabic? Sing away, boys. Rob wants us to sing. הם רוצים שנשיר, מה עוד יש לנו?
מה הם רוצים?
שנשיר להם, מה?
נשיר להם.
אנחנו מאמינים למאמינים.
ואין על מה להישאר. אלו אבינו שבשמיים. אנחנו מאמינים
איזה הפצצה יא
למאמין.
אלוהים.
כן.
ראית?
ואין לנו על מי להישאר.
למה אתה יושב פה ולא? שם? זה יופי, אתה תראה הרבה יותר.
גם ככה,
שיר
אני סתם
למעלות.
אשא עיניי להרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי ועם השם, עושה שמיים וארץ. What do you reckon, guys? Should I be Israel's idol? You see the single being released, Demon Shed. There we go. Yeah, we got it. Who is the Arabic speaker with us? He's a Yemenite boy from Sderot. His sister was murdered in this attack. His family has escaped Sderot. They've been evacuated. That's what people don't understand. You think about only in Gaza that half of Gaza has been evacuated. But there are, all along this border, hundreds of thousands that also have been evacuated, living in tent camps, also some in hotels, both in the south and in central Israel. מה זה?
האתר של חמאס הרשמי בטלגרם.
Unfortunately, channel can't be... זה שלי, טלגרם?
כן, טלגרם. אני האתר הרשמי של חמאס.
זה לא עובד עכשיו.
למה? חסמו?
Unfortunately, this channel can't be displayed on Telegram apps downloaded from Google Play Store. גוגל, הפלאפון שלך זה גוגל? כן? אתה מכיר? כן. אז הם אסור בגוגל. אולי באייפון עובד, אבל יכול להיות שגם...
אין לי אייפון, אני בן אדם פשוט.
אבל הם סגרו את זה, כאילו, אסור.
איפה אתה גר בארצות הברית?
לא, בארצות הברית, אוסטרליה.
כסף טוב שם. הרבה כסף יש שם.
יש כסף, אבל...
פה אתה מורה, אתה עושה 10,000, שם אתה עושה 30,000 בחודש. כפול. כשאני אבוא לאוסטרליה, נדבר איתך.
בכיף.
תארח אותי.
Don't quit your day job. Listen, guys, don't be offensive. I identify as a good singer. So there's nothing really happening tonight. It is so quiet.
אתה מארח אותי אם אני אבוא לאוסטרליה?
I think in 13 minutes, if nothing happens, we are going to cut the feed and we'll be back tomorrow night. Unless, even if the incursion happens, we'll come and cover it for you.
אתה יודע לקרוא בעברית?
Add a beat and you are a beast. מה?
שתדע לקרוא בעברית?
כן, אבל קשה לי, אני קורא לאט.
אבל נולדת פה, נכון?
לא, לא.
איפה?
באוסטרליה. אני רק באתי לשרת, כשהייתי בן 19.
ולא למדת עברית?
למדתי עברית.
אמא שלך גרה פה.
עכשיו, כשהיינו ילדים לא. היא הייתה גר שם.
וההורים שלך, אבא שלך איפה גר?
2 Israeli hostages have just been released. Is it the same two? I know it was... Benji, can you pass the phone a second?
איפה אבא
I'm not
שלך
sure
גר?
if you're talking about the same ones, but they were aiming for 50. There was meant to be 50 dual citizens that were getting released tonight. It's been very quiet because the Israeli Air Force has confirmed that they will stop the bombardment while they release the hostages, even if Israel has nothing to do with these negotiations. It's with other countries, probably America and Qatar, I imagine.
קטר.
Yeah, just 2 hostages on their way home after their surprise release. Yep, 2 have been released. There was reports of 50 supposedly being released. I imagine Hamas is slowly releasing them to ensure that the Israeli Air Force doesn't to hold off the Israeli airstrikes as long as they can. That's why there probably won't be anything in the next 11 minutes, and we will cut the feed and we'll catch up tomorrow.
אתם לא עולים לשידור?
לא עלינו כבר היום.
מתי אתם הולכים?
עכשיו נראה לי ב-12. אתמול נשארנו פה עד 3, אבל היה מלא קורה פה אתמול.
במחשבי, אתה תראה.
אבל עכשיו הם...
אתה יכול לפני שאתם הולכים לעשות לי סיבוב בטסלה מפה עד למטה ולהחזיר אותי? אתה רוצה לראות איך זה?
זה חרא.
אני רוצה להרגיש את המהירות שלו רק.
לא, הוא בסדר.
אתה יכול לעשות לי?
אבל אני לא יודע איך... עכשיו זה... אני יכול לנסות. עכשיו זה רק בכפתור לא ללך כל כך מהר. אתה יכול לעשות את זה שהטסלה הולך מהר?
נו.
איזה
רכב יש לך בחו"ל?
יש טויוטה. רגיל. טויוטה.
אתה יכול לקנות אותו נראה לי במרצדס.
למה?
אתה נראה בן אדם טוב, בן אדם מכובד שם. אם אני בא לאוסטרליה תארח אותי אבל.
בכיף.
אבל תשלח לי עוקב שאני אשלח לך באינסטגרם.
אני בדוק, אחרי שזה יוצא, אני אעשה את זה.
יכול דקה לפתוח לי? אני רוצה לראות.
אי אפשר, צריך הפלאפון.
זה רק דרך הפלאפון? אין מפתח, אין את הכרטיס?
מפתח, זה.
יש כרטיס לטסלה.
לא יודע, זה לא שלי.
של מי זה?
זה מזכירים אותו. הוא קקה.
אתה הולך לבקר את אמא שלך מחר? אתה מבקר את אמא שלך פה?
אני אבקר אותה ביום 5.
אין כמו אמא בעולם.
אין כמו.
אין כמו
איך הורים שלך מסתדרים אחרי מה שקרה?
מה אני אעשה? בורחים, קשה להם.
כן.
אבא מתקשר לך, אומר לך, מה קורה, איך אתה, הכל בסדר? כן, ביי. אמא, מה שלומך? בסדר. איך אתה כפרה שלי, לב שלי, רק 1.5 שעות ברכות. לב שלי,
כן.
כפרה שלי, אהבה שלי, נשמה שלי, תשמור על עצמך. רק אחרי שהיא מסיימת אחרי חצי שעה.
כן.
אומרת לך, I love you בני, love you זה, לב שלי. נכון או לא? אמא.
Loving your Hebrew last but one.
זה מודל 3, לא?
There's very, very small artillery at the moment, so we are going to cut the live in about 9 minutes, guys. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed my singing.
רוצה במבה?
What is a kibbutz, Avi? No, we're in Sderot.
רוצה במבה?
לא, תודה.
למה? תות בננה?
לא. כפרה שלי.
אתה גבר, אני לא יודע, אלה לא נראה לי. אתה משלנו.
תודה. Have you had Bumba before?
רוצה במבה?
Do you want to try Bumba? He's trying to ask you if you want Bumba. Have you had Bumba before?
Bumba.
It's a peanut. Do you like peanuts?
No.
You just don't like peanuts.
Well, it depends. What is it?
Just תן לו לטעום. He'll give you one to try.
אין על במבה.
Bumba is an Israeli.
קח, תפוס.
Oh, yeah.
לא, אני לא רוצה.
לא, תשתה. רק תשתה.
טיפה. It's an Israeli snack that they feed kids from day one. No, זהו, ין על הבוק.
הנה על הבוק.
This kid is like trying to feed us. He's giving me drinks here. He's walking around. Look, that's the yank. He's fed him Bumba. He's giving us drinks.
בוא, צ'ום, בוא קח.
Look at him. He's a legend. He basically he's just lost his sister and he's here. He's refusing to leave. Anyways, Bumba is the snack that they feed here from kids, and that's why Israel has the lowest peanut allergy in the world, because kids eat that from day one. It's a peanut. Do you like it or not?
Yeah, it's good.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like peanuts. I like this.
How can you not like peanuts? You are one.
Don't you have a kangaroo pouch to hop in?
There we go. The Americans getting involved.
ימן. ימן.
מה קורה?
תגיד לו דקה שישתה, בוא.
He said you have to drink
תגיד
the
לו
drink.
שישתה קצת ויזרוק.
He said try it and then throw it out if you don't
הנה,
like.
גם אני שותה,
זה טעים, האמת.
שלא תחשוב שאני הורג אותך.
It's pretty nice. What is that? Is that fake juice?
טוב. תשתה.
Chaim. Fucking gypsy.
The town I'm in now is
למה, זה לא טוב?
Hello, my buddy. My
Why are you not
friend,
faking
Yalom.
being in a battle like the CNN reporter? Listen,
My
I heard about that.
Yalom.
I don't know why you have to fake it, because at times it does get pretty hectic. But right now it's chill. What's that rumble in the sky? It is
אבי,
a plane now.
מה הוא אמר? מה אמרת?
My mother?
You know my buddy who's in Yalom, who we failed to interview?
Yeah.
He
Oh,
just he called me pretty much like,
Saying they called in?
no, he was in those raids last night when they went into Gaza.
really? סתם חבר שלו ביהלום,
בצבא?
הוא היה שם אתמול.
crayon.
שיר אחרון. שיר למעלות.
That's crazy. He went into
אז עיניי להרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן עמוד
יבנו
רגליך.
שלום עליכם.
You ruin a good song with a peg flat.
2.
That's not very nice. Volume down. Where do you follow the American that's with us? It's Battles and Beers. So battles.and.beers
That's
on
me.
Instagram. And he's just started a YouTube channel. He's an absolute legend. I actually forgot for a second
That one.
that President Biden is his leader.
זהו?
Yemini.
תגיד לו, מה הוא אומר?
What are you saying? He wants me to translate it for you.
I was trying to show him battles and beers. So
Ah,
that's
זה
us.
שלו. זה הוא. הבחור פה. שתיהם.
אבל תגיד לו שיחזיר לי עוקב.
It says you have to follow him, but you don't have it. Do you have it on your phone? He says...
I'll follow you from mine. I don't have that one.
I mean, I've got like my own opinions, but I try to do that.
Who set the alarm off last night? What alarm? What are we talking? Battles and Beers. One of the 5 or so Israeli Proud Boys. What are you talking about?
What's
He's
his name?
actually just a...
נדפק לו אינסטגרם. נראה לי חסמו לו אותו.
זה לא שלו, סתם מזדמן שטויות.
Avi does have a stream. You are streaming on what?
Right now, just YouTube, yeah.
Just YouTube. You can check it out at AVIYEMINI.
Yeah, I started on Instagram and then I did on Twitter. Sorry. Avi, come back to the good side. You know what? I am with the Palestinian people as well. I don't think if you really care about the Palestinian people, you would want
אבי, תגיד לו שיחזיר לי
Hamas
לזה.
gone.
שיחזיר לי בזה גם עוקב.
זה לא שלו, הוא סתם. זה שלו.
We only follow back soldiers. Say that.
הוא רק כי מה שהם עושים, הם רק עוקב אחרי חיילים.
From this account, only soldiers.
הם עוקבים רק אחרי חיילים?
זה, כן, בגלל זה כל העבודה שלהם. לא רק בישראל, הם רק, זה מתעסק עם חיילים. What? Yeah, drones probably spotting
My boss.
for the artillery. No, it's the drones are Israeli drones that you're hearing, and the artillery is also Israeli artillery. Is there a Macca's up there? There is no food anywhere near where we are, and this is really painful, actually. Israel has some of the best food. I love Israeli food. They have a little bit of everything, especially like Arabic food and all that. But because of the war, everything down here is shut. So you have to drive about 20 minutes to get some crap pizza. There is no good Israeli food close. There's no falafel, there's no shawarma, there's no nothing. And it's been tough. One other good thing that's great in Israel is schnitzel, and we got desperate one time because we were just scared about where we're going to get food, and we bought 70 pieces of schnitzel. And I was eating schnitzels for 3 days in a row, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And the weird thing is, even when we finished them all, I still wasn't sick of schnitzel. Battles and beers followed. Look at that.
ירד 500 ל-400.
כן, עכשיו זה 100. לא, אתמול היה...
עכשיו הם בסטלה, עכשיו הם...
זה מה יהיה. לא, אין כלום. אם זה היה... אין כלום פה.
מה הם אומרים? מה הם אומרים באנגלית?
שואלים שאלות. How far is the actual border from you? It's 600 meters right over there. That much schnitzel is regular. It's a lot. It was a lot of shit. They really do schnitzel well here. Is that kosher? Probably not. Good news for Canada. One of the Hamas supporting politicians being kicked out of the party. Sarah Jama, aka Hate on Wheels. One more minute, ladies and gentlemen. Have you got beers tonight? No, I would really love some beers though. Is there... Oh, what did I do? What was that? Is there lots of gun ownership in Israel, or is it more like Australia? Gun ownership is... You can own guns for self-defense in Israel, especially if you live in dangerous areas. But at the moment, the government has opened it up to anyone that has served in combat units. I think they want an armed populace. Whenever there is a rise in terror attacks, they encourage people who are legal gun owners to carry, because 90% of terrorist attacks are end but at the hands of a civilian. So I dare you to run to the fence and touch and run back. No, I'm not that dumb. I'm not that dumb. We've almost got shot a couple of times by trying to get a good camera angle. So you can hear some artillery at the moment, but I think it's not very big. In a few hours it might get a bit more hectic, but I think it's done. We're done, yeah? Yeah, I think... זהו?
Leave yours up, Nick, for as long as you can.
What do I do during the day?
תעשה לי סיבוב.
Alright guys, we're going to cut it here because there is actually... Avi, why not use drones? They do use drones. That is a drone you're hearing over there right now. I think they use a lot of everything. But I'm going to head back now because it is extremely quiet tonight. I imagine I imagine they're freeing the hostages as we speak, so it is that's why there are no airstrikes at the moment. But thetruthaboutthewar.com, you can watch our latest there, and whenever I go live, we'll run it through there as well. Thanks for tuning in, and if you love and support our mission here, please consider chipping in at thetruthaboutthewar.com. There you go. That's a little bit of a bang that you can see just before we go.
Am I scared? Sometimes. One with the other one. I am, yeah.
Good night, guys.